guys, it's me again, Ruowen Huang. Obviously, I have a topic this week. I really want to finish all the question or topic regarding to pregnancy. So anyway, before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Earlier this week, I talked about the topic for those who want to have a baby, but somehow, cannot have a baby because they are miscarriage or they try different way, right? Today, I want to particularly talk about the topic to those who cannot have a baby. That is, something happened to your uterus, you just cannot bear any children, or some disease that you have, you cannot have any children, and etc. So very particular audience that I'm speaking to today, like you know who you are, and I'm speaking to you, is you can't. It's simply not an option for you. Before I want to get into that, I really want to share with you all, like throughout the years during my psychic journey or consultation time, I have a lot of people come to me inquiring about how can I get pregnant and things like that. Whether you can get pregnant or not pregnant, today I really want to share with you all, and I hope, especially many of you who follow my blog or vlog for a long time, you must know where I come from, right? I seen things may be different perspective than normal people. I start to understand how things work from a soul perspective. So from a soul perspective, I really, really, really want to share with you all is you don't need anything or anyone to make your life complete. I hope you guys can really absorb this sentence and really understand it before you continue listening what I got to say. The reason I'm saying that is we living in this world, society convinces us we need something else to make us complete. That means we need a husband, we need children, we need a good house, we need a car, we need a good job to make our house complete. What I really want to share with you all is we don't. No, we don't. We don't need any of those to make us complete. And we don't need a children to make us complete. Because the truth is, we ourselves is a complete self. Whether you believe you have flaw or you don't have flaw, or you are perfect or imperfect, it doesn't matter. Just taking this concept as consideration and really believe I myself am complete. That is, I don't need anyone to make myself complete. Okay, if you understand this is where I come from, then you know this is what I'm going to tell you. You don't need a child, you don't need a baby to make your life complete. You don't. No, because you yourself is complete self. You decide to be with someone, it's just two complete people want to share their life together, right? That doesn't make it complete. That just, because it's great, we hang out together, right? So I understand for many of you, due to physical, you might have some physical problem, or you might have some disease or something, to the result that you cannot have a baby. You simply cannot, no matter, it's not even an option, right? But you still want to have a baby. In this case, what do? There are a lot of options out there. There's a lot of options out there. There is, you can find someone, someone with great heart who's willing to carry your baby for you. Or you can, adoption. I'm all for adoption, believe it or not. It's great. I can have my own kids. But I always tell my husband if I have, I'm more wealthy or things like that, I'm more than happy to adopt. Right? Because there are so many people out there that I believe I can give. So what I'm trying to say is, now let's talk about, adoption. Now let's talk about adoption. Since I couldn't have baby, you can a lot of way to adopt. You can adopt dog, that still can be your baby, because you are meant to learn how to nurture a soul. This process sometimes take a lifetime, sometimes take a short time. So some people would choose to have a pet instead of having a baby. For me, that is still your baby, because that doesn't erase your nature, like mother nature, that you will also gain from having a kid. You know what I mean? So I understand those people who cannot bear baby and decide to have a pet. For me, that is still your baby. Right? because you will, through this time, still learn the nurturing, the same thing you will get from having a kid, probably better because they don't fight back, they don't have a teenager years, they don't have, that's why I will come back and talk about complete. I mean, having kids is complete, not really. It's task. It's the beginning of a task. It's complete different task, right? Like people who have kids must know it's all the sleepless night and all those, frustration. When they grow older, you have to consider what kind of boyfriend they have, what kind of girlfriend they have, or they're gonna use straw, they're gonna drink. Really, it's more task. Right? That we are somehow agreed to do it together. That's why we have them. So when you come to adoption, people will say, well, but adoption is not mine. I personally don't think so. As I say, if I assume you're having a pet is also a mother, that's still your baby because you're still learning the process of nurture. It's no different like you adopting the kids and become your own. Because through this process, you still learn the whole process of parenting. You still have to deal with that task. So I personally don't see any difference from a soul perspective. Now, I want to answer the question based on soul perspective. Do they know they will get adopted? Yes. As I say, soul is all-knowing. They know they will be born by this parent and then they will get adopted. They know. You may not know, but they do. So before they were born to be someone else's child waiting to be adopted one day, they know they will get adopted one day. As a soul, not as a people. As a soul, they know that. They know that's in their blueprint. Now, you might ask me, why? Why is, the best way I can describe to you is, have you ever Googled a recipe on the internet? And then you did everything they tell you to do because, all the reviews say that is the best. That is the best soup that I ever had. Just follow the step. You cannot go wrong. And you did. You print out a recipe. You step by step. You follow to the core. And then when you taste that soup, something is missing. And you don't know what is that. Something is missing, right? And then it's like, it's like essence, or it's like smell, or it's like the taste, something is off. And then it might come to you like, oh, all you need is a little bit cayenne, all you need is a little bit, a spice, or all you some, and then it will fit you better. Does that make sense to you? I mean, it'll make sense if it's food, right? Now apply that to a baby. As much as a soul try to find their best fit parent, can they always find two that would just fit? You know what I mean? Like, hey, ideal situation, 80% of them, no problem. I can find a combination of two, the granddad, grandma, and the sibling. This is the best mix ever, right? Ideal situation. Does that happen all the time? No. There will be cases they find a very fit parent, but something is missing. Something is missing. And then they couldn't figure out how to edit. Maybe eventually figure out, they're like, okay, I need a little bit of that, that genes from that birth mother. I need this parent would offer me the best growing environment that I wanted. But that little accent, that little maybe rebel accent, or that little bit of like that Asian background, or that little bit of, that origin that embed in me that I needed. In this case, soul might actually look for opportunity to be adopted when they know they will get adopted by this parent that they wanted, but they need to be born by this parent. Why? Because they need that accent of their genes, right? Because we all know it's biological in that regard. You will come with that genes, whether you like it, you don't like it, whether you grow from it or not from it. We all know when you come to a certain age, as much as I want to deny all, I find a similarity of me and my dad, right? So that is the same thing. So in this case, those parents, they would choose to adapt. And then as I say, even I can repeat myself so many times, you don't need a kid to make you complete. I get it. A lot of women still think, but I want to have kids. Yes, I get it. You want to have kids. Do consider adoption as an option, or whatever option that works for you. Sometimes you need, how do you call that, surrogate? I actually don't know the word, but basically asking someone to bear the children for you, that is an option. As I say, based on your knowledge, religions, environment, or whatever it is, you have different acceptance to different method. Whatever method that work for you, it worked for you for a reason. You know what I mean? It worked for you for a reason. Pursue those options instead of, so trapped in your own story, how you are not good enough, how you're not fit, how your life is not complete. You know what I mean? Because it's not an option for you. And you never know, right? Sometimes once you decide to go for that option and then all of a sudden you get pregnant, even though all the doctors say you cannot. Trust me, I heard a story like this before. So what I'm saying is, do whatever you think is right for you, whatever works for you. Whether today you want to adopt a dog, a cat, or a baby, for me, that doesn't erase the fact you are learning how to nurture another soul, another life. You know what I mean? You are a parent, disregardless, right? So do whatever works for you. But instead of putting yourself down, I say don't. I say don't. Does your kids know they will be adopted by you? They do. Why? Because soul is all about knowing. They're all knowing. I get it. Really drive you crazy sometimes, but they are. So they do know. And the reason they have to choose out a parent, the reason they have to be born in some of the country, the reason they have to, survive that several couple years in the bad place, then to be adopted by you, is all planned because it's part of their growing. They have to know. They have to experience that. It's their journey. They are planning. So what I'm saying is, from a little bit soul perspective, to share with you all, to those who simply cannot get pregnant. Really, guys, first let go of the perspective you have to have a kid to complete your life. You don't. You yourself is a complete self. Try to accept that. Whether you have flaw or not, learn to accept that. Then you will know you are complete. If you understand this and you still want to have a children, then understand adoption is a choice, or asking someone to bear children for you is also a choice. Whatever works for you, you can always pursue it. Me, personally, let me say again, whatever you adopt, you all know the whole part of nurturing, that make you no difference from mom with baby, really. That doesn't. You still learn. You learn to care for another soul, really. That's what it counts. But in regard of the soul, no, yes, they do. They do. And the reason of that, as I say, they just simply need that spice in the soup that you don't have. That little spice in the soup that you don't have. That's why they look for someone else. So anyway, I hope that answered that quick question. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, let's see you guys next time. Bye.